This video is on preventing plagiarism and how to create an environment of academic honesty in your classroom. Because writing and research are intimidating processes for students, plagiarism becomes a tempting option. There are more tools and websites available that help students plagiarize and make it harder for professors to catch. The more underprepared a student is, the more tempting plagiarism is. Let's look at some ways we can create an environment that supports student writing and research and discourages plagiarism. The beginning of the semester or term is where we must set the ground rules for students. Don't assume students know what plagiarism is. Verbally and in the syllabus, give a clear description of what plagiarism is. If your students will be collaborating on some projects, explain the proper boundaries of appropriate collaboration. Remember that international students may come from a culture that encourages plagiarism. By setting clear expectations on academic honesty, students are more likely to rise to these expectations. As the instructor, your behavior sends a stronger message than your words. Show students the importance of citing borrowed ideas in your own handouts and PowerPoints. This sends a strong message as well as giving students regular reminders of how to properly cite the works of experts in your field. We all wish that students remembered everything they have already been taught, but unfortunately, students do not always carry over citation style, research, or writing skills that they learned in previous classes. Don't assume that your students know how to cite in the style you require. It may be helpful to have a librarian or writing instructor come to your class to explain proper citation style and how to use the databases specific to your discipline. You don't have to be the expert. You just need an expert to help convey the information to your students. Many of the writing strategies that we take for granted, how to write an introduction or how to find scholarly sources in the library databases, are not obvious for students. Share your writing strategies with students during class time before they have to start writing or researching. Most of us are not writing instructors. Ask experts from the library or other student services to teach students these skills. This saves you time and gives your students a positive example of using the services available to them. Students are less likely to plagiarize if they acquire better tools for writing and research. It can become easy to use the same assignments each semester. However, the more unusual an assignment is, or the more it requires not just research, but the student's experience as well, the less likely the student will be able to find something on the internet or from their peers to plagiarize. Requiring scholarly articles from the library's discipline-specific databases is one way to discourage plagiarism. In addition, break up research papers into parts. This makes the assignment less intimidating and may reduce the likelihood of plagiarism. Having the student do some writing or rewriting in class gives you a chance to see the student's writing in its raw form. This will help you see which students are struggling, so you can recommend the support services before the student turns to plagiarism. Encourage students to turn in their drafts to Turnitin. Although we typically think of Turnitin as a tool for instructors, it can also help teach students what counts as plagiarism. If you don't like how Turnitin is working, ask for help tweaking the settings. By allowing students to see their originality report, this helps them see where revision is needed. This can be especially helpful for international students who are not used to our definitions of plagiarism. It also reminds students that academic honesty is an important value to you, the professor. Have students submit all or most of their work electronically. Not only does this give you the option of using Turnitin, but you can also look at the electronic properties of the work, the author, the creation date, modified date, etc. In addition, requiring students to submit their background research articles will make it less likely that students will resort to plagiarism. Remind students of the academic support systems they can use on campus. The library at St. Leo provides both writing assistance for students and help with citation formats. Students can also receive tutoring at the Cave. While students may have been told about these services earlier in their academic career, in the angst of panic, they may forget these services are available to them. Encourage students that using these services is not a weakness, it is showing wisdom. In the real world, we all choose at some point to get help from colleagues and experts. A special thanks to the Eberly Center for their information on preventing plagiarism. If you need further help, please feel free to contact the Dan and A. Cannon Memorial Library at St. Leo University.